Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a quick 10-minute Pilates workout. We'll come down to the mat, all the way flat, bringing your arms down by your sides. We're going to bring both legs into tabletop to start. Take an inhale to prepare as you float your arms up to the ceiling, and then we'll peel the head, neck, and chest up off of your mat, bringing your palms to hover right over your mat. We'll start here with our hundreds, little pumps of the arms. As you breathe in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue to hold your chest lift, looking up towards your thighs as you make these little pumps of the arms, still breathing in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just a little bit over halfway done here. Continue pumping your arms, holding that chest lift. Almost done. And then we'll be here for our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax the feet back onto your mat. Relax the arms down by your sides. Take a couple breaths here. In through your nose and out through your mouth. As we continue this deep breathing, we'll prepare for our bridging. We'll start by imprinting the spine into the mat, and then we'll lift just the tailbone, the low back, the middle back, and then the upper back, coming up into a high bridge. And then we'll come back down in reverse. Take an inhale at the bottom, imprint your spine into the mat, and then exhale as you lift the tailbone, the low back, the middle back, and then the upper back. You inhale at the top as you exhale to come down in reverse. We'll continue here with our articulating bridge, lifting up one bone at a time, articulating through your spine, up and down. We're here for our last articulating bridge, lifting up all the way, one bone at a time, into that high bridge, and then back down to the mat. Now we'll start to add on a little bit. Sticking with the articulating bridge, we're going to add a couple pulses at the top. So we'll lift up into that high bridge, hold the high bridge so you can lift your hips up 1 more inch, just for a pulse of 3, and then you'll come back down to your mat. We'll keep that going just for a few here. And we'll be here for our last articulating bridge with that pulse at the top. And then we'll come all the way down to the mat. Next, we'll go into hinge bridges, just sending the hips straight up to the ceiling in one flat back motion. We lift the hips straight up to the ceiling, tap the tailbone to the mat, and then lift straight back up into our high bridge. We're here for our last hinge bridge, and then we'll come back down to the mat. Next, we're going to cross our right ankle over our left thigh. We're here for some single leg bridges, lifting up into that hinge bridge, and then back down to the mat, just tapping the tailbone and lifting. And you still want to lift each hip evenly, even though you have your ankle crossed over your thigh. We're here for our last 2. Last one, we'll come all the way down to the mat so we can switch to the other side. Crossing your left ankle now over your right thigh. Same thing, we exhale to lift up into that high bridge, lifting your hips evenly. You can press your palms down into the mat for some stability as you lift, and then inhale to lower. We're here for our last 2 on this side, and then last one. Coming all the way down to the mat once again. We'll stretch it out by reaching both legs up to the ceiling, Point and flex the toes a couple times, bend and flex the knee, just to get a stretch of your hamstrings before we move on. From here, we'll round up to seated with our feet planted on the floor. You can come to the center of your mat. And then you'll bring your hands to rest on the back of your thighs. Feet are planted down on the floor. We'll start by rounding and curving the spine. Exhale to round your spine. You'll pull away from your thighs and then inhale, bending the elbows, coming into a spine extension. Exhale to round the spine into flexion, and then inhale to come up into your extension. We're here for our last one, flexing the spine. And then last time coming up into that extension of the spine. This time we'll do the same but with the arms extended, palms facing towards each other. See if you can round back just a little bit further. And then we'll rotate to the left. Your gaze is following your left fingertips. Come back to center and rotate to the right. Holding your C curve as you rotate, exhale for that twist. Inhale as you come back to center. We're here for 2 more on each side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, rotation. Last one here on this left side. And then once more on the right. Come back to the center first, and then you'll round back up to a seated position. Once again, we'll round back into that C curve of the spine. Keep your toes down on the mat, but lift your heels. We'll come into our marching here, lifting your right knee up towards the ceiling, and then your left. Lifting your right toes and left toes as you point them down like you're dipping them into a pool. We're here for our last 3, 2, and last one. Next, we're going to move up into a 4-point kneeling position on our mat. You want to make sure your knees are in line with your hips, and then your wrists are in line with your shoulders with a nice straight and flat back. We'll take an inhale to start, and then we'll extend the left arm and the right leg and hold. And then we'll switch to the other side, extending the right arm and the left toes, and you'll hold. Draw your abs in as you hold, and then we'll release. We'll go back to the opposite side, extending the left arm, right toes, and from here, we'll lower and lift, touching the front edge of the mat with your fingertips and the back edge with your toes. Lower and lift. Last one on this side, and then we'll switch to the other side. Same thing here, we'll lower and lift, touching the front edge of the mat with your fingertips, back edge with your toes. Straight spine, pulling the abs in for your last one. And then we'll come back to the left side. We're going to reach opposite elbow to opposite knee. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, stretch. You're rounding the spine as you bring opposite elbow to opposite knee. Last one here. And then we'll switch to the other side. Same thing. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. Rounding the spine as you pull it in. Exhale as you extend. Inhale as you draw it in for your last one here. We'll go into a counter stretch, just sending your hips back to your heels, reaching towards the front edge of your mat for a nice stretch. Make sure you take a few breaths here. We'll finish up our practice by sitting down and coming into 3 long spine stretches. Forward fold, restack the spine, reaching up overhead. A Another forward fold down to the toes, holding it for just a second as you restack. We're here for our last spine stretch. Thank you for practicing Pilates with me today. I look forward to seeing you next time.